I saw this on my Twitter, and I thought it was so fucking weird. Let's read this. Cuckolding can be positive for some couples, study says. Acting on adulterous fantasies may strengthen a relationship, as counterintuitive as it may sound. I know you can't see my hands, but they're like up right now, and I'm like, I don't know. I know I do these all the time, like these silly little haha look at these articles. So my bias says it's real, because they're always real, but this one unironically gives me fake rage bait vibes. Like this photo just seems satirical to me. You know what we have to do, chat? Like, I'm gonna look up the title and see if it's fake or not, okay? Cuck News Network. No. Cuckolding can be positive for some couples, study says, you know. Oh my god, it's real. Chat, it's never fake. Remember that every time you think something's rage bait, especially an entire article, remember that opinion pieces like this exist, and you can literally just write whatever retarded opinion you have down, and it will probably get published if it's approved. Fucking journals! Put the fries in the bag! This is pre-COVID too, so you know it's gonna be powerful. Yeah, dude. Okay, let's read on to this. In our current political climate, the term cuck, short for cuckservative. Oh my god. Okay, I'm already having to like take a breather. I'm sorry. Someone approved of this. I'm not gonna be able to get through this. This is so funny. Has become an insult of the so-called alt-right, aimed at men they view as spineless and emasculated. The slur has its roots in concepts of cuckolding or having an adulterous partner. Why am I not shocked that in the first sentence of the first paragraph of the article about cuckolding that politics is brought up? Why is this not a shock to me in any way whatsoever? Could it be? Could it be possibly because ideologically captured zealots make up 90% of the population that have like fucking terrible takes about everything? Have I just been like conditioned to expect this? Oh god, okay. Okay, take a breather. But according to a recent study by David blah 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 blah, acting on cuckolding fantasies can be a largely positive experience for many couples and hardly a sign of weakness. References to cuckolding appear in literature as early as the 13th century, usually in the form of male characters who fear that their child has been sired by another man during an act of infidelity. Today, however, cuckolding has become fetishized into a powerful sexual fantasy for some men who get aroused by the idea of their romantic partner engaging in sexual activity with someone else. Women also share this fantasy, but less so than men. I unironically love this chat. I'm getting that excited feeling in my chest. I can just tell we're gonna be taken on a really, really, really fun ride. And I'm down to see what unhinged shit this clearly sane individual believes. I'm excited. The rage bait? No. Come on. Just read on. Come on, it's fun. It's just like a funny little... We're going to the zoo, chat. It's free. This is free content. It's the zoo. You don't even have to pay a ticket. We're gonna go laugh at them, you know? Have a little giggle. Yippee, oh boy, yippee. Yeah, get it going. Can we see the elephants? No, you get to see cuckolding. Okay. Alright, where was I? This fantasy has been around as long as marriage and sexuality, said Lay, who spoke Insatiable Wives. addresses cuckolding in heterosexual couples. But we're hearing more and more about it these days, and more people are rejecting the social stigma against this fantasy. Indeed, the numbers suggest that cuckolding, or at least thinking about it, is more common than you might imagine. For his forthcoming book, Tell Me What You Want, The Science of Sexual Desire and How It Can Help Improve Your Sex Life, LaMiller surveyed thousands of Americans and found that 58% of men and about a third of women had fantasized about cuckolding. Chat, this is some bullshit code. 58% of men have fantasized about cuckolding? 58% of men aren't even in relationships at this point, man. Even in 2018, it was already crumbling. What was the demographic of these men? How old were they? Were they single? Were they not single? What was the sample size? There is no freaking way 58% of all men fantasize about being cucked when the mass majority are single in the first place. That would be like the natural train of thought, right? You're in a relationship, you fantasize about being cucked, right? Single dudes aren't out there fantasizing about being cucked. They're fantasizing about getting a girlfriend in the first place. Am I wrong? Am I taking crazy pills, chat? What's going on here? We literally evolved to hate that shit? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, isn't the brain evolved to, like, think about the why first, and then maybe it evolves into, like, cuckolding? Могу фантазировать, если жена достанется мне. That's what I'm saying. Да, я так и думаю, что люди хотят себе жену сначала, а потом фантазировать про, I don't know what the Russian word is, but fantasize about cuckolding. They get the wife first, and then they do that. It's so stupid. I don't get it. Where was I? Men are more likely to fantasize about cuckolding, and they do it more often, but there are women who have these fantasies as well, which points to the need for more research focused on women's cuckolding desires. We need to spend more money on researching on focus. Oh my god, okay, yes, totally. Okay. Initially viewed as a heterosexual phenomenon, it's increasingly prevalent among gay men too. Okay. I'd long gotten letters from straight couples into cuckolding, usually initiated by the husband, but none from gay couples until after marriage equality began to gather steam. Okay. To learn more, Savage joined with LaMiller for a study of cuckolding fantasies, experiences in 580 gay men. That's a really small sample size, and on top of that, it's a very narrowed down study of purely gay men. Okay. Interesting. Their findings suggest that there are similarities within the way gay and straight men view cuckolding, but clear differences too. Most notably, interracial and BDSM themes don't appear to be as common in gay men cuckolding fantasies as they are among heterosexual men. The motivations behind these fantasies may also be different. I can't believe I'm reading this. Part of what makes cuckolding arousing for heterosexual men is what they tend to view it as a taboo act. In a society or culture that idealizes monogamy, the cuckold fantasy is a current narrative that is available to people to conceptualize their sexual fantasies. And I don't know. This just makes me think of like strong men create good times and good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. As a woman, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it. I might get shit for this. The thought of cucking someone to like is appalling. I don't want a boyfriend or husband that wants to watch me pork someone else. I want somebody who's strong and gonna protect me. Like, I don't know, chat. Maybe I'm the weird one. I feel like personally, it would give me tremendous, immense psychic damage. It would alter my view of the person that I'm in a relationship with. And I know retards are gonna say, like, it's just a fetish, Alana. People into cuckolding would never actually be into watching you be hurt or harmed. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. But the point is how it makes me feel, right? The thought of it is repulsive. Sorry. Not sorry. Like, it just grosses me out. It's like a little bit icky. Like, ugh. Like, ugh. I don't like it. Ugh. But that may not be an influence for everyone. For gay men, cuckolding isn't quite as taboo because the norm of lifelong monogamy isn't so strong in the LGBT community. However, it can still be arousing for a number of other reasons. For instance, fantasies about voyeurism and group sex seem to overlap with those about cuckolding in these men. It's a sexual desire that can be easily customized to meet a wide range of sexual needs and desires, whether it's taboo, novelty, voyeurism, or something else. And the emotions surrounding seeing your partner with someone else can add to the turn on. It's not cuckolding if there isn't an element of humiliation, degradation, or denial. Our erotic imaginations have the ability to turn shame lemons into delicious kink lemonade. Oh. Oh boy, yum, tasty. Tasty lemonade. Oh jeez, okay. What is this analogy? Why did Ian make this? I don't know, man. He's having a good time. We're just reading. Lemonolding? Yes. Cuckolding, lemonolding. Where was I? As a sex therapist, one of the more intriguing findings from the study involves the impact of cuckolding on relationships. Okay, is he gonna talk about the not so great things of, like, you know, polyamory and cuckolding and all that stuff, kind of like interlinked? I'm gonna read it. Overall, our research found that for the most part, cuckolding tends to be a positive fantasy and behavior. Again, I can't help but... I'm not gonna lie, I'm just getting the ick. This just sounds so freaking degenerate. I'm sorry if anyone in my chat is into being cucked, but the more I read into this article, the more this sounds like someone whose porn addicted coping mechanism is to weaponize your emotions around seeing your partner with someone else in order to feel something. This might be a controversial take. I don't think it's a good thing to encourage people to try out a potential sexual kink that could unironically end up ruining their relationship or give them permanent psychic damage in their brain. You are your own person. I totally get that. You can do what you want. You're an adult. If you just love watching your wife get porked by another man while you beat your schmeat in the corner, then please go do what makes you happy. But I think we should be putting, like, big disclaimers on stuff like this. Like, hey, if you want to have fun and try cuckolding, that's great. But remember, it can have an effect on your partner and you as well if it turns out you don't like it. It might hurt your brain just a smidge. It can have some fucking insane repercussions. And you can't really go back after that. You can't. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible to go back. If you do it once, that's it. Like, you are not gonna look at your partner the same way. So, I don't know. Let's read on. It doesn't appear to be evidence of disturbance of an unhealthy relationship or of disregard for one's partner, but there's an important caveat. We found several personality factors that predict more positive experiences acting on cuckolding fantasies. For those who have a lot of relationship anxiety or abandonment issues, who lack intimacy and communication, who aren't careful, detail-oriented planners, acting on a non-consensual, non-monogamous fantasy could be very well a negative experience. In other words, not everyone who has a cuckolding fantasy should think about acting on it. Okay. Alright. They said it. Remember that sometimes just sharing a sexy thought can be arousing enough. You don't have to follow through on it. If you're thinking about enacting on a cuckolding fantasy, it's worth stepping back and making sure your relationship is in a good place and you have strong sexual communication skills. For men and couples considering the issue of cuckolding, it's important there be honest integrity, communication, mutuality, and shared values. I've seen men who try to trick their wives into cuckolding them, and this never ends up well. Yeah, I mean, lying to your partner, period. That's very bad. Absolutely, okay. For couples who decide to move forward, it's important to take things slow. The reality of watching your spouse have sex with someone else or knowing they're doing it, even if you're not there, it is often very different than the fantasy. It can trigger powerful emotions. I've seen people say horrible things about, like, people who cheat. Like, that's cheating. This is, like, a consensual thing that they do, right? That said, the rewards can be amazing according to couples who have actually successfully folded cuckold play into their relationships. Alright, credit where credit's due. I will say this. He actually did say the thing I wanted him to say. This can cause irreparable damage to your psyche and your relationship if you act on it without thinking. However, it still just feels like a propaganda piece to me. I still don't believe that 58% of males fantasize about being cucked. I just don't believe it. That doesn't sit right with me. Again, if you're into it, more power to you. I'm not trying to shame you. Like, I just think, you know, like, think about it. Take your time. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. But if you're not, don't let people gaslight you into believing you're the weird one. And also don't let any potential girls that you will ever meet gaslight you into trying it because they want to frick other men, okay? I just feel like this isn't a good thing. Like, overall, birth rates are already really, really low. The amount of people married under 30 is the lowest it's ever been in the history of ever. And now we're throwing around advice, like through an opinion piece that says, hey guys, if you've never tried it, you should, like, give this kink a shot, and that could potentially ruin your relationship. I don't know, man. It just feels like we're doing everything we can to make sure people end up single and lonely, and in the name of, like, not kink shaming. I just have this gut feeling that it's this weird little, like, degenerate and isn't helping anyone who acts on this urge kind of deal. Like, where is this study? Where is it? I want to see it for myself, like, the positive effects that asking your wife to cuck you has. Are people happier? Are they having more kids? Are the kids happier? Do they feel fulfilled? Like, show me the positive effects of cucking. Where is this study? Like, I just know it has, like, a link somewhere. Is it this? Fantasies and launch browser. Okay, I'll click it. Well, let me see. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I just spent 20 minutes. I feel like I'm going crazy, man. I spent 20 plus minutes reading an article about how men should try letting their wives cuck them if it turns them on, all under the pretense that there's a study that said it has positive effects. And when I clicked the link, it's talking about gay men and non-heterosexual couples. Are we for fucking real right now? Like, I'm actually pissed. I got gaslit. I got successfully gaslit. They said themselves in the article, gay men don't see cuckolding as just, like, taboo as heterosexual people do. You literally extrapolated the happiness of a demographic that views cucking more positively and painted it as if a different demographic will obviously feel the same way. I was right. It literally was propaganda. This is so insanely disingenuous. I have to take a breather. Like, I can't. This is literally an agenda. This reeks of, like, one mentally ill sex therapist twisting the results of a study specifically conducted on gay men and using it to try and push a personal kink on the general public. What a stupid article advocating for like a niche fetish on the general public. Yeah, this pisses me off. What if it was the inverse? I'd be like, that's not relevant to gay people if it's just because it's about straight people. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, the takeaway, chat. If you're into cucking, more power to you, I guess. I don't care what you do, but if you're not, don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you're weird or bigoted or that you don't like gay people or something. Like, fucking hell. This journal propaganda is so strong. That is crazy. Seems inflammatory. I don't know. I mean, again, this is an opinion piece probably, right? But still, Ian, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you trying to say the gay men couples are like, this isn't translate. It's not a one-to-one. They're different. Try reading Vice. Yes, Vice is very strong too. Anyway, don't let people gaslight girl boss you, Chad. That's what I learned today.